are talking a little bit about this brand new single, Consequences Are a Choice, because we're about to hear it for the first time on our show. So I was wondering if you could tell our listeners a little bit about the track.
Yeah, mate, awesome. Well, this is a song really about self-sabotage. It's about cutting off your nose to spite your face. Really, it's from abandonment, from inaction, as well as intentional action. So you're kind of pushing others away, and you're left in that turmoil that's resulted out of it.
That's really deeply emotional. Was it a difficult track for you to write, or was this kind of a track where you got to let out some of the things that you were feeling at the time?
Definitely letting out. This whole upcoming EP that we've been working on is really just a venting process for me, especially. Just a mixture of everything that was going on, as I'm sure you're aware, over the last few years. It's been pretty rough for everyone, but this was just a good opportunity to really unleash.
Yeah, and what's the last 12 months been like for you guys? Like, it has been an absolutely tough 12 months for anybody in the arts industry, but what does the past 12 months look like for you guys in particular?
I mean, thankfully, we've all got our health. We're all doing pretty well, but it's just been frustrating, you know. Not being able to do anything. We've had drummers internally combusting. So we found another one, and that's pretty tough as well during that period because, you know, we couldn't really see each other face to face. So trying to find Michael and coming up with him was just amazing in the end, how that's all worked out. But yeah, really it's just been annoying.
Yeah. So tell us.
We love performing. We love getting up there on stage and just letting it all out.
So tell us a little bit about Michael. How did you guys discover him, and what do you feel that he brings to the band as well?
He's just a good old metal drummer. Somebody our age, someone with our sensibilities, someone we can get along with and have a beer with. And that's pretty important for us to gel as a unit. So just putting the word out there. And he was one of the initial guys who replied to an ad we put on and was like, I don't know if I'm really up for it. And we just kept hammering away at him. Like, mate, you're right for this. You can do it.
How important is that? You mentioned about gelling with a bandmate. How important is that? Because a band is like a family. So when you bring somebody new into a band, it's always a kind of scary proposition that they may not fit. So how do you go about making sure that person fits the band and fits what you guys have already got?
Yeah, good question, mate. Yeah, it is definitely like a family. And, you know, you can fight with your brothers and sisters as well. But at the end of the day, it depends what the music's like. And we've had members in the past where you just really don't get along, you clash, but the music's been awesome. And then, you know, if you can get along with the person to some degree, then that's okay. But with Michael, we don't have those kind of dramas. We all get along.
Awesome. So, also, talk us about the last 12 months. Tell us a little bit about what that's been like for you guys trying to record this EP and for writing, because I've spoken to a lot of bands who have said that the last 12 months have been perfect for writing, but then it's been difficult to record anything that they've written. So, how has that been for you guys?
To be honest, we've got a whole pile of riffs, but not much else. I really wish I could say we've got a whole heap in the can, but we've probably got like another 5 songs finished as such, but we just need that space and that time to actually get together, and now that we've gone back into lockdown, it's proving a bit bloody difficult.
Yeah.
So if we can all get in the room again, we can nut out some of these final decisions. Like, me and the guys will bring riffs into the band, into the situation. It's like, yeah, that's rad. Let's play that for a bit. But we're at the point now. We've got some rad riffs. Just really want to finish them off.
Yeah. This new EP, Unalone, that's coming out, did you guys have to record that during lockdowns as well?
We pretty much got most of that done beforehand, which was good. And then we had Chris from Monolith Studios finish it up for us. So he's in Melbourne, we're in Sydney, so that worked out pretty well. We could send it off, and have that done.
So tell us a little bit about Chris. A lot of top bands are working with Chris these days. Tell us a little bit about him and why you felt that he was the perfect fit to work with you guys.
Yeah, look, like you, we've heard his name thrown around a fair bit, and we thought, this is probably going to be the guy to help us with this one. We'll give it a shot. Heard some of the other stuff he had sent through to us, and yeah, I was just amazed with the sounds he was getting, honestly.
Yeah. Now,
I he should have been bigger than he actually was. But the guy is so lovely. He's such a lovely guy to work with. So super chill.
Yeah.
And nothing was too difficult for him.
And his Consequences Are a Choice, is that a good example of what we can hear from the rest of the EP as well?
Yeah, I think so. There was a bit of internal debate over if that would be the lead single or God Complex. I think they're equally as good, but I don't think there's any duds on this EP. But yeah, I think that's the general tone, the general feel. It's going to be this. Some a bit angrier, some a bit more, what's the word? A bit more bewilderment, some a bit more screaming. Yeah, but I think this, generally speaking, this is about in the middle.
You mentioned that this is almost like an EP where you felt that you were venting a lot. What are some of the other themes that you guys take a look at on this EP as well?
Personal turmoil, trauma, self-doubt, and like I said, bewilderment too. Just often asking why, and I think that's a question we all have at the moment. Yep. Why is this all happening?
Yeah.
But, that mixed in with a lot of screaming and anger.
Yeah. Now, your EP launch show is a few weeks away, so we've got fingers crossed that that's going to happen and that everyone will be out of lockdown. How excited are you guys about being able to head out there and play these tracks live?
Oh, 100%, man. I really can't wait for it. I'm so pumped to hit the stage again. Like, I was just saying to the guys the other night, as we were all doing a Zoom chat, I don't think I've missed out on performing for this amount of time ever. Since I was probably I hit my teenage years. Yep. Always been on stage in some form or the other, and I'm banging.
And even for us ones watching, I realised the other day that this is the longest that I've gone between going to live shows since I was 13. I started going to live shows when I was 13, and I've never ever gone so long between live shows. And because I'm in Melbourne, our lockdown was even longer. So it's such
nothing to complain about then.
It was really funny because I went to Queensland in January for 1 week for a holiday, and we went into a cafe and there was a guy sitting down playing acoustic guitar, playing a couple of tracks, and it was like, man, this is the first live music I've seen in nearly 12 months. It was just so surreal.
Yeah, man. It's really sad, and you forget how much you miss it, because, likewise, I grew up listening to live music every week. There was always something to go to, and just these days, Sydney's had our lockout laws, so it's been pretty tough before this lockdown. I just really hope it comes back with a vengeance, hey?
Definitely. So, if everything does open back up, what are you guys planning for the rest of the year? Are you looking at doing a tour at some stage, or what are those plans for the rest of 2021?
Yeah, definitely. We aim to get on stage as much as we possibly can, and really it's just confirming with some of these venues. There's been back and forth, but we haven't locked in any others. We were hoping to make this EP release a bit of a mini tour up the East Coast, but it's just a bit too uncertain at the moment. But if we can, definitely lock these in and hit the stage as much as possible.
Definitely. And for people that aren't in Sydney but they want to grab a copy of your EP, where's the best place for them to grab a copy when it comes out?
We're on just about any streaming service at the moment, so hit up Spotify, Apple Music, all that deal.
Awesome. Well, mate, I think now it's time to play Consequences Are a Choice for the first time on our show. So is there anything you'd like to say to our listeners out there before we play it for the very first time?
Nah, just crank it up, make it loud.
Awesome. Well, mate, thank you so much for chatting to us today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we cannot wait to see you guys back on stage very, very soon.
And thanks so much for your time, and thank you, everyone.
No problem.